Well, good morning, everyone. Ann Metcalf here, live from Swasam, British Columbia, talking about conscious eating, conscious living. And today I am going to be talking about what's called the EE system. And it's a fascinating um, system designed by this Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. And she's got some impressive qualifications. She's been studying this whole process of healing from within, allowing the body to heal itself. And so I'm going to be talking about that today and some of the research that I found when I was doing my research on how we can actually help improve our bodies with so many of the different diseases that we have from just the food we eat, the chemicals in the food, the environmental toxins, all sorts of things. So it's a fascinating topic. And my husband and I actually have just started taking these, it's like a scalar wave. And you just sit in a room and you relax and you let these waves flow through your body. Anyway, so I'll explain a little bit more about what it is. And so it's this Dr. Sandra Rose. She's a PhD. She's got a doctorate in nutritional medicine and some DCSJI. And I haven't been able to figure out what that one is, but if you know what that is, let me know because I'm curious. So she's spent 20 years in researching this technology. And what she says, I help people shift from chronic disease, cancer, cardiovascular, diabetes, stress, trauma, acute injury, pain, depression, um, PTSD, ADD, autism, and all matters of dis-ease. And in her system, no one has ever been drugged to health. And so let's just dive into this. And how it works is they use biophotonic scalar energy at a cellular level to support the body to regenerate and heal itself to gain optimum health and peak performance. And what is this energy enhancement system known as the EES? It generates multiple bioactive life enhancing energy fields, of which scalar waves are a part of that, which can allow cell regeneration, improve immune function, provide relief from pain, detoxify the body, elevate moods, assist in balancing right and left hemispheres of the brain to increase energy fields. And this stunning technology uses custom installed computers to generate these morphogenic energy fields that can promote healing. And it's been recognized at dozens of medical, scientific, and professional conferences around the world. And I've got a couple of research information, one by a local person who's actually did some of her research at the clinic that my husband and I go to. So it's been installed throughout the United States and internationally to promote healing, relaxation, purification, and rejuvenation. It's ecologically and environmentally safe, and it's used by individuals, doctors, and therapists, as well as meditation or wellness centers to improve human development and psychological well-being. So it covers sort of the physical, the mental, and even sort of the spiritual aspects of ourselves. And the energy enhancement system combines body, mind, spirit, and science to help you achieve peak performance and reach higher states of health, consciousness, and self-actualization. The future is here. So these biopsycho-spiritual effects of the EES system for adults. There's two writers, Lana McCorney, PhD, and Elvita Soleil, OMD. Energy in medicine is a fast-growing field in the healthcare industry. Groundbreaking backbone studies from which is energetically mapping the physical body in living organism, Becker 2, finding the electromagnetic field helpful in healing bone fractures, and the Curlian 3, which is finding diseases like cancer to cause significant changes in the electromagnetic field of living organisms. And these three have paved the way to other researchers to scientifically investigate the interaction between energy and health. And I don't know if you've ever seen a Curlian photography of food, and it's quite fascinating how this just beautiful energy is radiating out from this organic food. Now, one area of energy medicine demanding much attention is scalar wave technology. According to the Barron report, scalar energy has always existed since the beginning of time. It was actually back in the mid-1800s that the existence of scalar energy was first proposed in a series of 4 groundbreaking equations by the Scottish mathematician James Clerk Maxwell. It was almost half a century later before Nikola Tesla actually was able to demonstrate the existence of scalar energy. And when he died, he took the secret of scalar generation with him. And it took almost another full century before science was once again able to positively demonstrate the existence of scalar energy and turn to an exploration of its potential. And I think one of the reasons for that, for Tesla to, basically have been taken out and his science with him, was because humanity was not ready for that technology. Because as we know, science and things we build can help us or they can harm us. And I think some of that technology that Tesla created could have been used for serious harmful purposes. And I'd like to think that as we become more conscious, more aware, and we live from our essence hearts, that greed and power is falling away. And that's why it's so important. Just send your loving energy all around so that we can all be enhanced with the loving energy. Now, the standard definition of scalar wave is that they're created by a pair of identical or replicant waves, usually called the wave and its anti-wave, that are in phase spatially, but out of phase temporally. That is to say, the two waves are physically identical, but 180 degrees out of phase in terms of time. The net result is that scalar waves are a whole different animal from normal Hertzian waves. They even look different, like an infinitely projected Mobius pattern on axis. Scalar energy is different from standard Hertzian electromagnetic fields in a number of important ways. First, it's more field-like than wave-like. Instead of running along wires or shooting out in beams, it tends to fill its environment. And this is important for developing the technology for embedding products with scalar energy. Second, for many of the same reason, it's capable of passing through solid objects with no loss of intensity. So that includes our body, so it doesn't lose intensity. And this is what Tesla demonstrated over 100 years ago when he projected a scalar wave through the Earth with no loss of field strength. Third, it implants its signature on solid objects, which is what we are. All electric fields can implant their signature on objects, but not to the degree that scalar energy can. Fourth, scalar energy can regenerate and repair itself indefinitely. In other words, once the charge is implanted, you can keep it there with the regular ingestion of charged products. And this, I think, is built into this whole EES system that Dr. Michaels created. Scalar waves can be generated in many ways. For example, you can generate them electronically, magnetically, physically, by the motion of the Mobius strip, or optically, by the movement of phase patterns on a computer monitor, which the EES, the Energy Enhancement System, developed by Santa Rose Michael, was honored by the Juan MP with a doctorate in natural medicine. And she actually they say that she uses 4, 6, and 8 and 12 computers, and now her systems are actually using 24. You can get the 8 and the 12, but where I go, they have 24 monitors to generate multiple bioactive, life-enhancing fields of energy called scalar waves. We are bioactive living beings, and our body is working with this EES system and those waves coming through us. The computers facing each other are aligned with laser precision. Monitors used to add the element of color therapy and subtle light frequencies include what has energy enhancement system been called the optically induced scalar waves. Scroll images that look like encrypted messages or hieroglyphics, which they do because it's this constant different colors and all these patterns floating in front of you, and you can look at them or not. But after reading this, I'm going, maybe I'll just make use of the optical issue, aspect of it. And these colored images scroll continuously in sine wave sequencing, resembling 12 strands of DNA up and down the screen, and are intended to interface with the biophotonic aspects of DNA, which we are. Different programs, alchemy, kundalini rising, regeneration, neurosynapses, brilliance, cellular sensuality, etc., and colors, solid colors and combined colors, are chosen based on the desired effect. And to date, some studies on the EES have been done. For example, in 1999, to present photographic Kirlian lab analysis have been done of nutritional supplements before and after being exposed to EES. Dead tissue has a low or dim pattern, whereas live foods have a very bright one. And this is a measure of the energy of an object. Disease means a lower energy picture by Kirlian photographic methods. There was a consistent increase in energy of all the supplements exposed inside the chamber. And research by John Baran, who patented the Barron effect for potentializing herbal supplements, and authority of cutting-edge nutritionals, confirmed that 100% of the supplements tested have a great or greater charge after 6 months, proving that the scalar fields were self-healing and regenerating. The little scientist in me, I think I'm going to take some of my vitamins. And actually, I have a friend with a radionics machine, and we're going to do a little bit of scientific research. More on that after I'll get back to you on that one. And a comment from Jack Schulman, computer scientist and physics from Rutgers University. When we looked at water, after it had been charged in the EE system, its nature had been changed. The permeability index increased and the surface tension decreased. Food energized by this technology will be treated by the body as more absorbable. So as that surface tension lessens, the body can absorb it better. To me, that's really exciting. And from a research study done in Vancouver in 2006, results of the 90 participants, 37 returned their full set of surveys, and they haven't sort of studied, and I haven't seen the second results of that study, and some general trends emerged. Initial impressions upon exiting the EES, most people reported feelings of deep relaxation and calmness. Some reported a spacey feeling, as though they have come out of a deep sleep. Those who sleep during the session usually report that they wake feeling very refreshed. Many participants, regardless of whether or not they slept for any portion of the session, reported feeling that 2 hours felt much shorter. And I must say that 2 hours seemed to go by fairly quickly. I thought I would sleep, but I did not. But I was in the room just receiving all that energy and just for myself, just feeling sort of the loving divine essence of it and just merging with my body and healing what needs to be healed in the way my body knows what is best for me at this moment. Now, concomitant with measurable improvements in their specific disorder, 9 to 10 out of 10 subjects reported significant positive outcomes from the EE sessions. 9 out of 10 reported relief of stress, anxiety, and deeper relaxation. 10 out of 10 relief of pain. And also, there was a physical, emotional, mental relief of fatigue and an increase in energy, and improve focus and clarity, better sleep, and overall sense of well-being. And what is the biophysiology of how scalar waves work? Dr. Terry Shintani, MD, suggests that the scalar field purportedly enhances the metabolism of the cell by being set to pulse at a frequency harmonious to living cells and restores optimal potential difference between the inside and the outside of each cell. This in turn would help the cells to function optimally, eliminate toxins more efficiently, and repair itself more quickly. Other research have demonstrated, in not yet published studies, the effect of scalar waves on blood cell viscosity, the neurologic effects of scalar fields on brain waves, shifting brain waves, such as measured by the EEG, to an increase in alpha, delta, and theta waves associated with more deeply relaxed state, and on, noradrenaline uptake. And I'm not quite sure what that is. You can be your own scientist and check that out. Sometimes scientists suggest a possibility of stem cell activation, repair of DNA, and even a lengthening of telomeres. Well, because when we know that as the telomeres, which are on all our chromosomes, start to shorten, that's when the aging takes place. So all sorts of wonderful possibilities to play with. The EE system scalar energy, however, is non-invasive, non-pharmacological, and it's well over 15 years of accumulated clinical data with no known adverse side effects. Furthermore, a growing body of respected MDs from across the nation are actively using the EE system scalar energy in their practices for their own personal health and for the wellness of those they care about. They consistently report impressive results for conditions from acute chronic autism to PTSD and more. And this one doctor, she says, I happen to like results, and EE scalar energy produces results. And as a physician of over 35 years' experience, for anyone facing some challenge in their life, physical, emotional, mental, I highly recommend giving yourself a trial series of EE sessions and experience the possibilities of scalar energy for yourself. And that was Linda Nadia Hall. And she actually did an informal pilot snapshot clinical study with the clinic that my husband and I are going to now, back in 2016. And these are some examples. She had a 37-year-old male Native American veteran discharged on partial disability for brachial plexus neuropathy, presenting with complaining of 30-month history of muscle weakness with no strength, and a 2-year history of upper extremity numbness from shoulder to thumb and index fingers, with sensation only upon deep pressure. And within 20 minutes of his first EE session, he reported return of sensation. I haven't felt this part of any of my arm in nearly 2 years. At the end of his 1-hour EE session, he reported return of upper extremity strength and his hand shake grip. Within a week of his EE sessions, he regained his ability to once again successfully fly aircraft. Another one was a 71-year-old who presented with 3-year history of diabetes, diabetic neuropathy, with progressive lower extremity numbness, pain, and a lifelong history of insomnia. I don't sleep, he said. During his first session, pain in my feet went away and I could go to sleep. Over the next month of EES sessions, his blood pressure and blood sugars also normalized and stabilized. With its most recent EES session, the sensation returned. For the first time in 2 years, my feet feel almost normal. And another one was a 65-year-old with a 43-year history of bipolar disorder, 30-year history of sarcoidosis, which I had 22 years ago, a 29-year history of herpes, a 3-year history of chronic pancreatic and recurrent history of pneumonia and upper respiratory infections since childhood, and a few other health conditions. She began the EES 4 months ago, 2 to 4 times a week, 2 to 4 hour sessions. And you can actually do them overnight. I mean, you do get charged per hour. And I guess it depends on what your health conditions are. So that's what she did. And furthermore, the chronic pancreatic abdominal pain that she has had for the last 3 years is gone. Her fibromyalgia pain is 75% improved. And she's had no outbreaks of herpes. And her own words, now has more energy than I ever had. And I run circles around people. And some exciting news about how our bodies can regenerate itself. Find that optimal and divine balance that can allow us to thrive, feel alive, and free from health issues that are either short-term or have been around for decades, as seen in these veterans' results. So I encourage you, check out the nearest EE system near you. I live in Vancouver, and there's 2 here in Vancouver. You can go to the website, which I'll put on the Facebook page, and they are in many countries around the world, yet to come to Central America. But look around. Look around. I know my friend works in one in California, and she's seen amazing results. People with arthritis don't have the pain anymore, and they can move their hands. So I'm off to my second session today, and I'll keep you posted on our progress. And it's at the Aloha Energy Establishment. And they remind us that it's not what we want to heal or regenerate first, but according to what your body's innate knowing and priority is. Allow it to happen in divine timing, and I'll keep you posted. And just a couple of ways to maximize your EES session is to focus on what you want to receive. How do you see yourself in 2 weeks or 2 months? And not what you want less of. Drink lots of water, which allows the energy received to flow through you. Try 2-hour sessions, which even Dr. Michael recommends. And nourish your body with organic whole foods, with lots of greens and fiber. Fiber is so important to clear out the toxins. So if this system is detoxifying, you don't want them sitting around. You want your liver functioning well, and you want your bowels to empty, at least 1 to 2 times a day, if not more. And know that it's not a quick fix. And take the recommended bath with salts recommended by Dr. Michael, and that's sea salt and baking soda and even borax, but they do not recommend using Epsom salts. Apparently that's more harmful than good. So any questions, you can always email me at rosiesjoy11.com or look at my app, Authentic Sacred Design, where I focus on the body, mind, spirit, and the earth herself. And who knows what can this do to the earth as we walk around healthier, happier, we have more joy, more flow. And, how does that emulate into the earth? And I guess that is to be studied as well. So have a beautiful day. Namaste to all of you. And just blessings of love, and send your love around the world. We are these light workers, caregivers of the earth, ourselves. That love that we feel for others and ourselves, that radiates into the earth herself. So we're assisting the earth and we're assisting humanity. Just with us focusing on love, sending love to the Middle East, sending it all around the world, and let the divine beings of light, Allah, the universe, God, the ordinance. Um, let them spread that love around to where it's needed the most. And joy and happiness to you all. And have a great Sunday and a great week. November already. Here we are, November 4th. Have a good one, as they say.